Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I am back with another review. And today, got another early surprise as we are taking a look at from the Transformers Legacy Evolution Core Class. This is Grimlock, and Grimlock is part of the Volcanicus Combiner team. So, yeah, um, the Wave 2 Core Class figures, from what I understand, showed up uh, on the west coast of the United States in a Target. I think a couple other locations. So I was able to get this off of eBay. Paid a little extra, but it's nice to have it, especially considering that after Wave 1 that had Sludge and Slag, um, the next few waves are only going to have one member of the Dinobots each. Grimlock is Wave 2, you have another one in Wave 3, and I think the final two are Wave 4, so at least they're doing that. And there will be some repacks that will double up. But yeah, they're really, I think, stretching out Volcanicus far too much. But we're starting off in robot mode, and it's actually not that bad. I mean, you're not expecting a smaller version of the Studio Series 86 figure. Um, Grimlock has his blue visor here, um, so that's nice. Head can rotate. Um, it does come with an accessory piece, which is the tip of the tail. It forms a little handgun for him. I don't see any place to store it in robot mode if you don't want to have it in the hand. But yeah, articulation, you got ball joints in the arms. You have a swivel here at the wrist for transformation. And you have movement in the hips, but that's all for the transformation as well. Especially really nice deep knee bend. Now, obviously, as some of you might know, uh, when this was revealed at the live stream a couple weeks ago, uh, or actually, it should be like a week ago, they really didn't do a good job showing off Grimlock. And now, a few things to note that in the packaging, Grimlock, the shells here with the arms comes folded up like this, and the head comes up. This should all be folded down, which means that while Grimlock has its wings, they're not really in the proper position. So there's that. Why don't we just go ahead and get into the transformation? Step one, you want to remove uh, the weapon. We'll put that off to the side. Next, just go ahead and rotate the wrists so the arms are facing forward. Get them up out of the way. Next, what you want to do is come around the back here and flip up and out this entire back panel. And it's not going to come along with it, but you do want to rotate this peg up as well. That's very important for the combined mode. Next, what you want to do is go ahead, rotate the wings down, and then close them around Grimlock's head. You can go ahead and bring the dinosaur head down. And at this point, why not just start positioning the legs like so? Come down to lower the robot mode legs and just peg them together like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold them up at the knees and then at the hips. So this tab right here goes into that slot right there in the upper back. Just bring it up and there you go. First time I heard that snap. And then what you're going to do now is with the hand grip facing up, there are now two notches right there. Slide them in. Oh, and I just noticed the gray really doesn't match. It's more of a silvery gray. That's like a bright, light silver gray. That's a dull silver gray. And then position the figure so Grimlock is sitting like that. In the promotional pictures we got from that live stream, they somehow had the legs rotated in a way that the robot mode feet were facing down instead of up along the back, which they did show in actual CAD model pictures. So there is that. Dinosaur mode, really the only articulation you have is a little movement here at the head, which again is for the transformation. And if you want to bring Grimlock up on the front legs, well, to have it as the what we now know as the proper Tyrannosaurus position, but it's really not going to balance. So you're going to have to balance him, uh, the old school '80s style. So what we'll do now is we will pause and we will come back and I will show you how to transform it into its leg mode and the combination with the other members of the Dinobots. Okay, so um, I just went ahead and adjusted the camera so we have enough space for everything to fit. Obviously, the transformation isn't going to be that complex. First thing you want to do is now remove the tail here, turn it around, and with the grip facing down, plug it into those two ports there. Return the front claws back to reveal the hands, and then using these armpit joints, rotate the front legs forward. They will peg together, and then they form a tab right there that pegs into the cod piece of the waist, just like so. Next, what you want to do is bring Grimlock's head up straight, just like that. Open up the wings. Bring the paneling forward. That will cover up the head. Now, this wing right here kind of sits into a natural groove that this makes. The next wing, what you want to do is rotate it so it's facing forward like this. There's a little tab right where my finger is that's going to fit into a slot on the side of the shoulder. Now, if you notice, the reason why we rotated the peg up in dinosaur mode, besides so the legs could fit in, this is the combiner peg to attach to Volcanicus. Grimlock forms the right leg, and this is the right leg facing you. So what you want to do is come in here, and this is actually kind of cool. Now, if you notice, there's a slot in the bottom of the right foot of Grimlock. Let me make sure right foot, that the fin here from Sludge will fit into. And so we're going to peg that in, just like so. And, that's a little tight. Oh man, that's tight. And just get it in. And there we go. Here we have, another, Volcanicus getting combined again. And I like that little attention there that they put that slot in. Really, and in terms of bending articulation, you do have a knee bend there with that hinge, but that's about it. You have there at the hip, so let me just, if I can get this, oh, I can balance it on one leg. So there you go. The weapon there forms the heel. So this is not going to be a big figure, but it's respectable. And I appreciate the fact that they had this fin fold up like it did, so it won't clash with the next leg, and you have a bit of like a little aesthetic look going with it. So yeah, that's about it for the review. We will come back, and I will give you my final thoughts. Grimlock is a Transformers icon. Besides being leader of the Dinobots, he transcended that role and really became a popular character on its own, so there's going to be a little bit of demand. This is not the best Grimlock figure. Not even close. Definitely, if you can get your hands on the Studio Series 86 figure, that's the best Grimlock going today in the G1 aesthetic. With that said, if you want to complete Volcanicus, you're going to have to pick this figure up. It's not as bad as Sludge, but it's not as articulate as you thought, and I think it's clearly obvious that the limb mode was the priority. and everything came after that. Properly transformed, the dinosaur mode isn't that bad, and robot mode really isn't that bad. But at the end of the day, I think most people are going to transform Grimlock a few times, put it into leg mode, slap it on Volcanicus, and forget about it. It does make me more excited to see um, the inevitable Moonstructor and Dino King repaints. As I said, this this wave of the core class figures is hitting targets on the West Coast. I don't know if it's moved further east. That's something that will have to be looked into. But it is also available for pre-order on Amazon.com. I should also mention, as with um, Metal Hawk and Twincast, Grimlock's bio has not gone live yet on the Transformers website. So if you try to scan the QR code on the instructions, it's not going to work. That's about it for the review. If you like this review, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. While I will always appreciate the views, your likes, comments, and subscriptions help to communicate to YouTube through their algorithms that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, I do have a Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month or $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you, help me to help you bring figures like Grimlock to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. But as I always say, I know we're in times of inflation and on the cusp of a recession. So if you can't swing the $1 a month or $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous Sunday, and I really do mean that. I appreciate your support and views over the years. So that's about it. This is your old pal Chuck for Core Class Grimlock. We will see you next time.